Get ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about rocket landings, because SpaceX is on the verge of pulling off something that could redefine the future of space travel. Their next Starship versions promise jaw-dropping landings right back at Starbase, Texas. Curious how they plan to pull this off, and why it's sparking heated debate among rocket enthusiasts. Let's dive in. After recent missions, SpaceX successfully landed both the gigantic Super Heavy booster and the Starship upper stage safely in the ocean, a remarkable display of controlled descent that's paving the way for more ambitious operations. The company's true ambition, though, is to land both parts of the rocket right back at their home base, Starbase. Now, here's the controversial twist. The very first attempt to bring the upper stage Starship down onto the pad at Starbase hasn't happened yet, but plans are underway for flights 13, 14, or 15. And this is where the excitement and unease begins. Let's rewind for a moment. Earlier in their testing phase, on flights 5, 7, and 8, SpaceX amazed the world by guiding the 71-meter-tall Super Heavy booster back to the launch pad. This remarkable feat involved massive robotic arms literally catching the rocket as it returned, a nerve-wracking maneuver reminiscent of a sci-fi movie. But here's where it gets controversial. For the next series of missions, up through Flight 10, SpaceX deliberately ditched the booster safely into the ocean. Why abandon the dramatic on-land catch? The strategy offered two major perks. It allowed for steeper, more fuel-efficient descents, and most importantly, it reduced the chance of catastrophic damage to the launch site in case anything went wrong. Imagine the fallout if a booster crash-landed at Starbase instead of the open ocean. Now, all eyes are turning to the upper stage Starship itself. So far, these vehicles have only attempted water landings, and not all have been entirely successful, with some technical failures occurring just before touchdown. The endgame, as SpaceX envisions it, is for both rocket stages to not just survive, but to touch down elegantly at Starbase. That would allow engineers to quickly refurbish and refuel, setting the stage for a truly reusable fleet. Elon Musk himself fueled speculation recently, indicating that the very first attempt to land the upper stage Starship at Starbase is expected sometime during flights 13, 14, or 15. But, here's the nuance, this debut depends heavily on how the newest version of Starship, known as version 3, performs in preceding flights. The immediate future sees version 2, standing at a towering 123.1 meters, getting ready for flight. After that comes version 3, which promises even greater power and will be slightly taller at 124.4 meters. While the schedule is always subject to change in fast-paced rocket development, current reports signal that the next flight could launch by October. Musk's ambitious roadmap? He wants version 3 to fly as early as Flight 12, potentially before year's end. If everything aligns and upcoming flights go smoothly, we could witness the very first Starship landing at Starbase as soon as January, or at worst, within the first half of 2026. This hinges, of course, on each new test flight delivering the results SpaceX is banking on. Why does this matter beyond showmanship? Here's the part most people miss. Nailing these complex pad landings is absolutely essential if SpaceX wants to make Starship a truly reusable launch system. Refurbishing and relaunching from the same site isn't just a cool trick, it's the key to launching more often and slashing the massive costs of spaceflight. Looking farther ahead, a fully operational Starship system stands to revolutionize deep space travel, carrying both astronauts and cargo to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. A successful, rapidly reusable Starship is central to SpaceX's ambitious vision of making humans a multiplanetary species. Now, here's the point that stirs debate. Some experts argue that routine pad landings might be riskier and more costly than ocean recoveries, at least in the short run. Is SpaceX betting too much on their technological prowess, or are they charting a course others are too cautious to consider? Do you think pad landings will speed up the path to Mars, or are they an unnecessary risk? Chime in with your thoughts below, let the debate begin.